Hey ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Premier League sponsored by Twitch TV, hosted by Ange, and brought to you guys by ThePremierLeague.com. Today we're casting Quantic versus Complexity Best of 2 series. And of course, I am Luminous from ThePremierLeague.com. Joining me alongside is the ever illustrious Nebu1A.
Indeed, and I just want to point out real fast, Venomancer yet again the first pick for Complexity here. So Complexity at Palooza continues into its second match here, although I think we're only going to get 2, not all 3 this time anyway. So it's more of a doubleheader than anything, I guess.
Yes, for anyone that cares, and I'm sure both Quantic and Complexity would, is that this match is where we're all going to decide who is going to take 2 and who's going to take 3 in terms of the placements of Premier League. Both these teams fighting for those slots. CLG's up there as well, and we're going to have a CLG match, I think tomorrow, somewhere around that time. So these last few matches is going to decide, you know, a lot of, like, thousands of dollars on the line.
I believe the winner of this match will end up in second, and the loser will have to hope that CLG loses.
Right.
And then if they draw, I believe then Quantic is the one that gets put in third and has to hope that they that CLG loses. I'm not 100% sure how that math works out. It's a little difficult to keep track with the number of postponements and movements in this season's Premier League. Hopefully, with the in ensuing seasons, we won't have to quite worry about this quite as much.
Yep.
Obviously, we had a little bit of a dismemberment in the second or the middle of the season, which kind of threw everything off a little bit. But don't foresee any of those in the future.
Yep. And of course, Navi is kind of the reigning king. Tomorrow we're going to have Quantic versus Navi as well for the grand final of the defense. So we have really good match, and all these matches are a test for Quantic. Can Quantic take a best of 2 series from Complexity and also go up against Navi? It's going to be tough, but these guys, I think they could do it.
Oh man, we should cast that defense match tomorrow.
We'll see. We also have a Premier League match tomorrow, so.
Oh yeah. I think B-Balling will be casting that tomorrow, as I recall.
Yep.
I'm not sure if B-Balling will be here or not. If those of you who haven't seen B-Balling cast before, he's another Dota Combos caster. He did cast yesterday's game, I believe.
Yes, he did.
So you know, if you tuned in yesterday to the Premier League, you got to listen to B-Balling. B-Balling's a cool guy, really chill dude. He's fun to hang out with and play Dota with. So I will say my win-loss rate playing with him is like the worst ever. B-Balling is like an auto lose for me. I don't know what the deal is, but he just makes me lose every single game. He doesn't make me lose. We just lose every single game together. Anyway, so again we see the CM being the second pick here.
Veno CM. That's the build. Well, now they finally the big guns. I like this.
Well, Fury and Chen were both out of the pool, so that kind of gives them, you know, they kind of want one of those 3 heroes. They're looking to get Chen, Furion, or Rasa. It looks like Veno is their priority pick. Like, they seem to want Veno above all others. Very interesting kind of shift in here from Complexity's picks to even just a few weeks ago. They were not picking Veno first. That was not something they were doing.
Yeah, a few weeks ago it was CLG that's picking Veno. Even CLG has been shying away from that hero a little bit. Personally, I'm not too big a fan of Veno. I feel like he's a very defensive hero in nature. His scale really good defensively if used in lane against a gank. And also, his hero, you pick him for mostly counter pushing. He can push, he can drop some AoE, but I feel like he just kind of, it's a slow hero in my instance, and I personally don't like watching it, but obviously he's a key component in Complexity strategy.
Yeah, I mean, he's really strong at defending towers, and he's decent at pushing towers. He's strong in the lane. Like, he's a very good hero. I personally don't like playing him because, again, he's low mobility. I'm not big on low mobility heroes. / I'm bad with low mobility heroes. But Venomancer is certainly a powerhouse when it comes to just straight up keeping creep waves off the lane. So it's just interesting to see some the teams kind of shift their priorities and picks here. We did get a Windrunner, and eventually follow it up. Then of course they did get the Crystal Maiden and the Rasta, and Enigma as the third pick here from Quantic. Quantic going for a bit more of a team fight based strategy. You're not really going to pick an Enigma and just be like, well, he's very strong in lane. Like, yeah, he's strong in lane, but you're picking a black hole is what we're doing here.
Well,
so we see a ban on Brewmother and Darks here.
I actually think Enigma could be used as a pusher, and in fact Quantic's been using him as a demonic version. I'm not too sure whether they'll lane him. The laning power, like you pointed out, very good, although he can jungle as well. We'll see what the last 2 hero is going to be picked. I do believe Quantic will play the Vengeful Spirit as a support. I have never seen them played it as a semi-carry of sorts. And Complexity's semi-carry Venge last game actually wasn't all too spectacular. I mean, he got BKB,
yeah,
but
it didn't end up paying off too much. I mean, they ultimately won the game, but they concentrated a lot of farm on him. And the problem that Vengeful has is you have to buy some tank items because you're going to be swapping yourself in bad situations. But since you're also the kind of the primary XP and farm getter on your team, you also don't want to die. so it's kind of rough, and so that means you can't really buy a whole bunch of damage.
Oh, we're gonna
Wow.
see a farming tide. Quant has
Ooh, I
been
love
playing this hero farms oriented. You rush Arcane Boots, you rush a pipe, and you run straight into this complexity lineup, who is basically magical damage. He has Kraken Shell and pipe up, and then you're gonna eat a Ravage.
And you can follow it up with a blink and a refresher orb if you get very fat.
Well, you know, that's
ridiculous.
that's very far from the future. In terms of complexity hero, I think Fluff is going to be playing the Shaker, Hannah is going to be playing the Venomancer, IX Mike on the Crystal Maid, and TC going to be playing the Shadow Shaman, of course. So they're picking JO's hero now, so it should be some sort of carry. Doom actually would be a very decent choice against this kind of playstyle.
Yeah, and they really like Doom, so I feel like they're going to go for Weaver again. I thought for sure this was going to be Doom. I mean, I guess they need a long lane soul. I mean, you could put Vino down there or Tri-Lane on bottom, but they opt yet again to drag the Weaver. So it looks like maybe Complexity have shifted their picks a little bit in the last week, and they're going for a lot more Vino Weaver play. Not something that we've seen a bunch out of them.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk with some of the Complexity guys afterwards and kind of get an idea of why Weaver is the hero of choice. Do you feel like Weaver had a big impact in that last game?
No, not really. I mean, he's kind of difficult to kill, but he died so many times early on that it made it very hard for him to actually get much of a foothold into the game. Now, he ultimately did get a lot of items, and he was kind of their best late game.
Oh, it was
hero.
like an 88-minute game or 60-minute game.
He got very long, so he did ultimately end up doing something in the later phases, but he had no impact of the game for literally 40 minutes, like 45 minutes. So, yeah, I think, and the impact he did have was quite negative. So yeah, I don't think it actually worked out well. They may want to try it again. Maybe they feel like they'll have a lot more.
Yes!
Obsidian Destroyer.
Outworld Destroyer and Dota 2.
Whatever, I don't care. Obsidian. That is some sick picking right there. Okay, now for those of you who weren't watching Dota 1 a whole lot towards the end of that scene, I mean, the Dota 1 scene still exists, obviously, but more and more teams are shifting to Dota 2. Towards the end of the Dota 1 scene, when I was in it, Obsi started to get a lot more play, similar to what a Shadow Demon. You would use the pool to kind of set up a lot of team fights and kind of save teammates, save yourself, by just a lot of general time. So it's really powerful in that. And of course, he's pure DPS, just a beast. And Angel plays a very strong Obsi as well.
Yep, and in terms of an Obsi versus a Weaver matchup, Obsi has such high burst damage from his ultimate. Don't be surprised if you see Obsi just completely blow Weaver out of the water in one ultimate. A couple of stunts to lead it up, and it's going to be a one-hit KO, to be honest. And I wonder how they're going to lane this. Now, of course, Obsi is one of the best solo mid hero, but nowadays we're seeing so much dueling mid that he might actually have some trouble. He is hovering at the bot lane for now. And
I think they're going to put Enigma top winner or middle. Yeah, it looks like that may be what they're doing. And Levy may not be a farmer in this game. Link may actually be playing these support Leviathan, since they do have Obsi Weaver, and it looks like Enigma is going to go top. So don't expect Levy to get quite as fat as he has in previous games.
Yep, as talked about earlier, the Complexity hero playing that, and of course Jo playing the carry, which was the Weaver that's being picked up. Might have a fight over here, as we saw one Observer Ward being dropped down. I don't know if this blocks the camp. I don't think it does. So it's very interesting. They're saying that you could pull, which might not actually be a bad thing if you have a very offensive tri-lane, as Crystal Maiden, Shaker, and the Weaver is a very killing tri-lane. So maybe they're saying you can pull, but we'll just kill you with it. Let's see how that's going to work out.
Yeah, they did throw a ward, but again, it's not the block, so it's just for vision.
Does
so
it actually do? Maybe it does. I don't think it does.
It sees, but I don't think that blocks.
Okay.
I think you can be looking at it and not get a block here. Well, we'll find out in about 20 seconds here. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't. Otherwise, more teams would just use that ward. That ward would be insane.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure that doesn't block anything. So, yeah, I think they do want to be aggressive anyway. So I think you're right. I think they don't actually mind. They want to be able to dive behind towers. They want a lot of vision of what their supports. They do want to see when they're pulling and maybe go after those kills. So, as far as heroes go, we got Mania playing that Enigma up top. We do have Miguel in middle playing that winner. We have Link playing the Leviathan. Rise is going to play that Invincible Spirit, and Angel, of course, will be playing the Obsidian Destroyer, who is taking a little bit of damage here at the beginning.
First barrage of nukes puts Angel about a 75% HP, and we do have the two supports coming in. So a good old tri-lane versus tri-lane. In terms of the offensiveness, it's going to be Radiant that has a disadvantage. And what? No rules against OD, but not allowed. What?
Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys, but no rule against OD. Not allowed. Whatever in tournament version.
What does that even mean? That means it's okay, right?
Oh, I see. Rise said Obsi banned, and IX Mike said, "Is there a rule?" This is a no rule against OD.
Okay. Yeah, it
So he
makes
is
it makes
allowed.
sense. Tournament version. So
Right. They introduced him. I mean, it's not like like I said about Dota 2. What I really like about it is it's very easy to just add a hero in who has existed before into the metagame because you don't really have to worry about this hero's going to be broken and balanced. It's like no, they already balanced Obsidian a long time ago, or as best they could. Obviously, it's very difficult to balance heroes.
yeah, hopefully we don't have any bug or exploitation of anything of that sort. But I don't think Quantic is a team that would do anything of that sort. So we should be
Oh,
good.
definitely not. Bunch of stand-up guys. So we got JO playing that Weaver. We have IX Mike playing Crystal Maiden. Fluff and Stuff playing the Earthshaker. In middle, TC, of course, on Rasta. And up top, Hannah Montana playing that Venomancer for the complexity side. So pretty standard heroes here for Scourge. Dire, rather. Kind of playing all the heroes that they're kind of known for, to be honest.
Yep.
Except JO, I've only seen JO play Weaver today, and obviously that wasn't a very good game. So he's going to hope to maybe do a little bit better than that, I'm guessing.
And looks like we do have Invisible Tidehunter coming right in. Let's see if they're going to set up any kind of engagement. In fact, they might engagement right... Ooh. Fissure missing once again. Rise is going to be on the other side of Fissure. Although I don't think they really could have made a kill. And even if they're down the bench, we do have a disruption from Angel to really bail him out. And now with the first nuke coming off cooldown for complexity, are they going to make another go?
Yeah, he did go ahead and salve up very wisely just in case they decide to immediately go for it again because one of the ways they would get a kill on this lane is if they still had a little bit of the harass damage from the previous one and then went again immediately after that.
Oh, should be on cooldown is that Sakuchi. As an early level has a fairly long cooldown. Another go on Angel. Can we get a fissure block this time? It is going to be good. Angel going to be in trouble. Can we get the first blood? Yes, we will. Crystal Maiden picks that one up. Nicely done, IX Mike. Very happy with that kill. Is he going to upgrade a chicken or is he going to buy boots speed? Both great choices. If he buys the boots, that's going to really ensure themselves the lane dominance. Yes, she's going to secret shop or side shop. She's going to buy the boots. And then immediate smoke, they're going to go to the mid lane. Great move so far by Complexity.
Yeah, they actually already upgraded the chicken before that, so
nice.
They already had Bakuro. They just went ahead and got themselves some boots. So yeah, we're going to see a gang here in middle from Fluff and IX Mike going after this Windrunner Miguel in middle here. Now with TC there, TC's not yet level 6, so there's no sick ward traps, but that's a lot of stun. Oh, they're actually going to rotate and turn back around and go back bottom. They are going to get vision of Link here, and it looks like Link maybe not the target. They really want to get Angel, which is a much better choice. If you can keep Obsi down, you can really mitigate anything he's capable of doing, because he needs to be doing DPS. Or he's just kind of a one-trick pony. He pulls, throws an ultimate, he's done.
Yeah, once outside of the laning stage, Obsidian's just going to have such a hard time finding some room to farm. Unless your team is just playing a beautiful 4v5 game, he is so easily ganked. You could push against him. He doesn't have many weapons until he gets that Force Staff or that first big core item. Again, he doesn't have much room to farm. He doesn't have a creep clearing ability. So laning is kind of where he gets most of his initial farm. And if you shut him down here, it's going to be really, really good advantage for Complexity.
Yeah, basically his only real weapon for diving is just pulling, using his Astral Imprisonment, and then TPs from teammates. Like, you have to have TPs in or he's just going to die afterwards anyway. So, yeah, Angel's going to have a bit of a problem here. He is going to go ahead and keep spamming. It looks like he continues to go after the Weaver with that, trying to mitigate Weaver's abilities to Sakuchi. I think maybe if they can pull enough of his mana out, they're going to go for a gang on him. I'm not sure about this. I think maybe I'd be going after that Earthshaker instead. He's only got 244 mana right now.
Meanwhile, on the top lane here, Hannah just destroys a tower, continue putting down wards. It's level 6 already. And it looks like they might make another go here against Quantic. Yeah, I don't think pulling a lot of ints away from JL is going to matter too much. Sakuchi's such a low casting mana point that he doesn't really care. As long as he has one Sakuchi, that's enough for him.
Yeah, and he can't actually pull enough mana out right now. It's only level 2, so each time he does it, he's only pulling 4 intel. So maximum he can get 3 on there, which is only going to be 12, which just is not going to be enough. Whereas on Earthshaker can theoretically throw 2 Fissures down in one battle, and if you can remove him being able to do that, that would be pretty big.
Yep.
Up top, though, Enigma does die to Venomancer, so Hannah Montana not only gets the kill, but gets the tower as well. So a lot of early things go in the way of Complexity right now, as they got that kill on bottom, and now the tower.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mania, he's using the Soul Ring for the mana regeneration. That also means that he's losing big chunks of HP anytime he casts it. Are we going to see a go Fissure? It misses once again. These Fissures, not exactly the best ones, but should be okay, as they're still doing a good job in terms of keeping Angel from farming. Let's see how he's actually doing in terms of CS. 24/7, so never mind. Still very healthy CS leading.
Okay.
Actually out-farming JO.
Yeah, just barely, but he's a little bit behind TC and Hannah, and obviously Winner is doing fine. Up top, Mania, though, only getting 19 CS, so not actually getting a whole lot of farm in that solo lane up top. Venomancer, Hannah Montana doing a very nice job right now.
Actually, the second tower might be in trouble. And it's not like the teammates of Quantic could actually leave the lane. If Winrunner leaves the lane to help bot or top, the mid tower gets immediately pushed down. And if any of the supports leaving bot lane, well, then it's going to be a 3v2 situation. So in either case, Complexity winning all 3 lanes slowly but surely, and it really forces Quantic to make something happen. And again, they can't really leave their lanes.
Yeah, they got to start making moves. And I don't know that any move they're going to make is going to be very productive right now. Looks like Winner is going to go ahead and rotate up top. That's going to be the move of choice as he power shotted to push the creep past the tower in the middle to give him just enough time to go up top for Hannah. Is going to hit a shackle here, and I believe they will get this kill. Mania taking a bunch of damage, though. I think he might actually die for this. I think they will get the kill, but I think Mania may... Oh, just barely.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think Hannah made a little mistake. His wards were not focused on Mania. They kind of were just targeting whatever they wanted to target. And because of that, that was the short points of damage they missed to get that kill. Fissure not really hitting, and we do have a teleportation coming in from TC. He is invisible. We'll have wards and maybe 1 spell. Are they going to make a big dive? We'll see.
Yeah, he's got just wards and a spell that isn't Aether Shock yet. He's regaining mana relatively quickly with that Brilliance Aura. They do have Brilliance Aura level 2, and they've got the Ring of Basilius, so he now has both of those, but no disable, or no wards and a bunch of other casts. That's kind of his option here. I
say they just kind of push past the tower and just drop off a ward, and that's going to be a free tower.
Yeah,
maybe they want a little bit more
right behind him. Kind of where Levy is right now. Throw a ward right back there.
Man, if it's gonna be ugly. We'll see. They're actually gonna make an initiation. Here comes Fluff. He's gonna get a fissure. That is gonna hit on a Link, I guess. Traps Link. Immediate teleportation comes in, but the war trap gonna deter anyone coming in. That is the Winrunner traps right now. Destroy 1 war. Gonna be fine. I think Quantic's okay. They really dodged the most dangerous portion of that engagement. And that's
they
wasted.
ended up making an invisible Rasta just not accomplish anything. He even wasted his ultimate. Now, through all this, Hannah did get a little bit of farm up top, so it's not completely lost for Complexity. And actually, they may catch Jo here. We see a stun. Oh, he's not level 6 yet. He's going to be able to survive. I think probably no Ravage yet. Nope, no Ravage. They are going to go ahead and come around the backside on it. They're going to get Jo. So never mind. That was a huge play for Quantic. Not only did they defend their tower, but they ended up getting the Weaver. So big time there.
Yeah, I wonder if gonna swing into a push, or then say, okay, here, Angel, here's some farming room. Angel gonna buy treads right now. We'll see. Yep, he's gonna
tried to. There we go. He failed the first time, but he succeeded the second. I don't know if they can actually push this because those heroes are coming back. There's a Crystal Maiden. Venomancer is still top. Rasta doesn't have any wards, so the middle tower's not any pressure. I think they're just gonna go ahead and rotate back. Yep, Winner's gonna go ahead and go back middle.
Yep. Meanwhile, top tower, Hannah doing a good job pushing that as well.
Whew. Man, that top tower is under some constant duress here from Hannah. Hannah playing like a brood mother. It's like a Veno brood here.